I've messed it up, Oscar. Now then, people, it is Joe, it's All Leeds TV, it's Oscar, it's All Leeds TV. It's time for your live post-match chat and your fan phoning. Dom level members will be joining us shortly. Some are already coming in, some are already waiting in the wings. So make sure you smash them likes on that stream. We've already got one waiting in the wings, but we're going to wait.
We've got one waiting. We've got one waiting.
You're going to have to wait there, okay? I feel... I'm just buzzing.
He's so excited. See, there's a person waiting. There's a person waiting.
There is a person waiting. Yeah, man. Brilliant. Absolutely buzzing. We're waiting for our man Phil as well. Phil to join us. Guys, Dom level members, check out the members feed on All Leeds TV YouTube. You will see a link there. When you get that link, click the link. We'll get you in the chat. We'll get you involved. Of course we will. But Tash, I was going to call you Tash. Oscar, big shout out Kevin as well. Kevin Merchant, who is a Dom level member as well. So thank you very much for that. This some beauty stuff. Getting tweeted out as you can see. We're just excited. It's just a win in London, isn't it? It just feels great, doesn't it, mate?
Certainly does, mate. It's been 3.5 years in the making.
Yeah,
I was there last time we won in London, and there we go. Bang. Rafinha gets the winner. It's a crazy game of football. I mean, we made such a meal out of it. I cannot believe how much of a meal we made out of it. But all in all, I thought we were good value. All in all. We made hard work of it, but we were still good value for it anyway.
We did as well. We did, mate. We did. And I just want to welcome Kevin Merchant, who is Sergeant Wilco level. Remember, guys, Don level members can get the link to come on the phone-in chat. We've got one waiting already. We want more than one, though. We've got a few Don level members, so make sure you get involved. I think we've had a super chat as well. Look, for any Leeds fans that did dispute or worried, you know, you've all got to think we're safe now. That's done now. That's done. You know, I wasn't concerned at all, but Bobby says, has Oscar got a job interview after this?
I'm cold in here. All right, leave me alone. I've just won it.
He's cold.
I wore my snooker shirt.
Yeah.
We've just won. Leave me alone, man.
Yeah. Absolutely buzzing. Talk to us about the game then, obviously, Oscar. Dominated. People might not agree. I know one man who doesn't agree, who sat waiting in the wings. But I think for a period of time in the first half, we were well worth it. We were well worth to, you know, we had two goals chalked off for offside, which is unfortunate. Maybe on another, you know, situation when VAR's not involved, they're in, you know, is what it is. But we know the laws of the game now. But listen, we were well deserving of going one up. Of course, it was Bamford that scored as well. Are you watching Gareth Southgate? Nice for him to get back on the score sheet, right?
Lovely finish. What a great goal it was. Great bit of movement off Harrison. And yeah, buzzing for him and buzzing for everyone, really. You know, getting Bamford and Rafinha on the goal sheet. Absolutely buzzing to see that, to be fair. And yeah, you know, all round, pretty positive stuff. Robin Koch came on, you know. Good to see him as always. But Llorente for me was our best defender once again today. He was absolutely superb, absolutely imperious at times for us, like on the ball especially. And he was just absolutely superb. And yeah, we've got someone else. We've got another
person waiting in the wings. Love to see it.
Come on.
Love to see it, man. We're just excited. We've got Dom level members waiting in the wings. We will bring them in. They will have an opportunity to say the piece. Chris Kelly, who is waiting in the wings, he's already putting stuff in the chat, telling us, where we're wrong and where we're right. Don't worry, Chris. You will have your moment in the sun, my friend. You will be able to tell us how wrong we are, as you always do. Do you know what I mean? But obviously, we then fell to bits for a little bit of time, Oscar. You know, what do you put that down to, brother? Thank you to Juan Marcos Liotta as well with the super chat.
Big thanks there to Juan. I think the shock of the goal, really, the way it happened. I think obviously Ayling lost his man. We gave away a cheap corner, and I think just Fulham got a massive boost from that. Fulham, let's not forget, had to press aside. They needed to win this game. They had to go for it, and they just had I think 10 minutes either side of both halves. Of half time, sorry. They did have probably the momentum, but I still think you look at the majority of the game, we were pretty fairly in control. I mean, I've looked through the chances. We've had probably 4 or 5 chances, big chances, which we haven't taken tonight. We've missed 2 open goals. Let's not forget. Harrison's missed one. Struick's missed one. We've had chances to really, really make this quite a comfortable game, and it's just frustrating. Maybe we didn't, but we've got the win in London. We've got the win in London. It's deserved. They're a decent team, Fulham, but we've done it. We've done the business. At the last opportunity of the season, we've done the business, which is just lovely to see.
Yeah, no, exactly. I'm just getting the link sent over to Phil. I'm waiting for him, and I've not even sent him the link. My apologies, Phil, if you're watching. Link being sent over there. Obviously, Rafinha as well. Rafinha scored in the second half, and just great. It just feels great, man. It feels massive for me in the fact that we've just won in London, bro. That's what it's all about tonight for me, Oscar. It's just getting over that hoodoo, voodoo, curse, whatever you want. We called 2-1 as well. I think we both said 2-1 as well. And it happened to be the case. I don't know what's happened to one of the Don level members has dropped out. Make sure you join us back, John, wherever you have gone. Phil, initial thoughts, mate?
Initial thoughts? I'm knackered, mate. I've just run it. You give me till 1:15. Yeah, no, good. I'm happy. We've won in London.
Yeah.
Gareth Southgate, have a bit of that.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's classic. Obviously, to be fair, I'm just looking at the highlights of the game. We did lead a charmed life. Like they were pretty woeful in front of goal at times, Fulham, do you think?
Yeah, no, very much so. I think on the one hand, I think we could have had 4 or 5, but on the other hand, you might argue so could they. There was little bits of defensive ineptitude, but for me, I do think overall we dominated the game, especially the first 30-40 minutes of the first half.
Yeah.
And after maybe the first 10-15 minutes of the second half, I think we deserve to win. Overall, I don't think they can really have anything to complain about. I think they had chances. They could have got themselves back in it, but they didn't. And we deserve the 3 points for me.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I mean, Rafinha took his goal really well as well, Oscar. I think, to be honest, the Bamford ball for me was a bit poor, but he took it from right to left, or left to right, sorry, and just took his finish well. And he was a bit greedy at times, I felt tonight, but he was great again.
Yeah, I think so. I think second half you saw the quality there. There's a couple of times where he could have got another goal. And I just thought he was top class. He was top class tonight. Was Rafinha in that second half? A couple of times we could say he was greedy, but that's what Rafinha is. He's just a machine in terms of goal involvements. 11 for the season now already. He only joined us in October. Let's not forget. And I just think that's a sign of a top player for me. He had a poor first half, and then he wakes up in that big moment. Slightly not the best of passes off Bamford, if we're being honest. But he just, 1 touch, 2 touch on his weak foot, 2 defenders closing him, goalkeeper closing him, and he finds the back of the net. And it's just that bit of composure, that bit of quality, and that's what Rafinha is. He grew into the game as a couple of people as such a top player.
Yeah, he is. Guys, there is 517 people watching. We've only got 57 likes. We want 250 likes on the stream before we start letting the Don level members in for them to have their chat. So if you're watching, please smash a like on the stream. We'll open up the lines and get them folks in. Guys, what did you make to Tyler Roberts tonight? I thought he was good. Phil?
Yeah, no, I do think he was really good. I think, again, one of them nights, unlucky not to have an assist again. He didn't do bad at all. I think it would be really harsh for someone to come on here tonight and say that he played badly. I think there are people that might not have had the best games. I don't know if you've discussed it already.
Nah, but, I know, Phil, there's probably one man who's waiting in the wings that's going to tell us this.
Yeah. No, there's someone waiting in the wings that's going to tell us who played badly. I can think of at least one person that played badly, to be honest. And
who's your man?
Alioski in the first half was god awful, wasn't he?
Terrible.
He made up for it
in the first half, the whole game, mate.
No, I thought he did get better in the second half. He did.
He got better. Mate, he couldn't have got much worse. The first half.
No, but he was
I'd have struggled to give him a 5 in the first half. And
you give him a 5?
Mate, in the first half, I'd have struggled to give him a 5.
That's 5 too many for that first half. It was shocking first half.
I think it got to 44 minutes, and then he made like 2 or 3 passes, and I was like, why now? We're about to go into stoppage time. Everything you've done up until this point has been awful, and now you do a couple of all right things, but the first half was dreadful from him.
He was. I agree with that. Some people don't agree. Giancarlo says easy target. I don't know. I think he deserves his criticism, definitely. In the first half, he was guilty for giving the ball away numerous times. Guys, we're on 211 likes. Let's get it to 250 and we'll just open it up and get our new members in. We've got some debutantes for the first time, of course, waiting in the wings. We will come to you as soon as possible, guys. Thank you very much for joining, Don Level members, and getting involved as well. Calvin, for me, won that battle against Anguissa. I thought won it comfortably for me personally. Obviously Harrison Reed came off, but that was a battle you could see that was gonna develop over the game. And would you agree, Phil, that Calvin won that battle?
Not 100% as confident as you are.
Oh, really?
I do think there was times where Calvin wasn't perfect, and I do think there was times where Anguissa may have slightly got the better of him in individual duels, but obviously look at the result, look at the performance of the two overall. I do think Calvin had the better game of the two. So yeah, if you want to call it that way, he won the duel. But there was occasional sloppy bits from Calvin. He wasn't perfect, but again, I would struggle to say other than the obvious. I'd struggle to pick out many players from our team tonight that didn't have a good game. I think a lot of them had a really good game.
Yeah, and for those asking, and also Phil's made me aware as well, about these 6 Fulham players and that. Us beating them doesn't change that fact, all right? I'm getting it in the chat, though. I'm getting it in the chat, though, saying still 6 players. No, I never thought that Fulham were better than us. I just agreed on a team. I wasn't after having an argument with this dude. I let him have his team. We've won 3 points. It don't matter, does it? It's irrelevant.
No, we've won 6 points. 6.
Right? 6, yeah. We've done the double over them. You're right.
Or 9 out of the last 9.
Yeah.
So, and we finished, as Oscar said last night, a good, 10, 20 points above them last season. And we're now 13 points above them this season. I think you should rescind your 6.
Just admit you got it wrong, Joe. Just admit you got it wrong.
Man, I always get it wrong, don't I?
We got it wrong this time.
Guys, we're 2 likes off 250. Remember, when we get to 250, we're going to open up the line straight away as well. I'm really excited to hear what some of our Don Level members have said. And for those that want to come in and join the stream, then make sure you do. We've got a number of Don Level members. We've got a few waiting back there, but I know there's more. So if you are watching the stream, you want to get involved and you are a Don Level member, go to YouTube, go to the community page, and you will see the link there, and you'll be able to get involved with that. Before we do go to the guests, because we've hit over that 250, do any of you have any last points to make?
Oscar?
Any burning desires?
We've won in London. Yes!
Yeah. That's what it's all about.
Open the beers, boys.
Yeah, just quickly then, briefly, what did you make to Fulham, Oscar? Are they doomed or what? You still fancy Newcastle?
I still think they can do it. I still think they can do it, Fulham. I'm not going to lie. I still think they can do it. But it'll go down to that last game of the season. Yeah, 100%. Whoever wins that last game of the season stays up for me. It will go down to that last game against Fulham and Newcastle. Brighton won't be Fulham.
Yeah, what about you, Phil, on Fulham?
Newcastle.
I must admit, I honestly thought tonight the result sort of reflected the difference in quality between the two teams. I think they had their periods from set pieces where they troubled us, but realistically, like in open play, individual quality, I just thought man for man, apart from the obvious, we were genuinely quite a lot better than them. I thought.
Did you not think at times the game was a bit scrappy and a bit championship?
Well, of course it was. Yeah, of course it was. But that's coming from a team that are going to be probably playing in the championship next season. So that's not really that surprising. So I do think quality-wise, I thought we were a better team. I think we've deserved the 6 points overall. And there's a reason we are where we are, and there's a reason they are where they are. I don't begrudge them. I do think they're getting a lot better than the first time we played them. But we won the game fair and square, and they made it difficult for us, but we won. Like we said we would last night. We all said 2-1.
We did, yeah. Yeah, we did. Jagger, I just want to pick up on this comment. Jagger, come and don't level member, come and have your say, come and have your thing. But he says, what the hell do you so-called Leeds fans, what do you mean by that? We're not Leeds fans because we're critiquing a performance? I don't agree with that. Want perfection is not possible. No one said we want things to be perfect. We're allowed to criticise a performance.
I thought we were good tonight. I thought we were good tonight.
And he says all the players give their best and never go on the pitch, meaning to have a bad game. No one said that. No one believed that. However, when they do go on the pitch and have the bad game, we have the right to criticise them as fans. That's just it. I'm not going to sit here and say Alioski was amazing tonight, because guess what, Jagger? He wasn't.
No.
If you want to say and have Leeds rose-tinted glasses on and say he was amazing, then I don't agree with that statement. But, you know, I wouldn't ever say to you, you're not a so-called Leeds fan because you have that opinion. You know, everyone is entitled to their opinion. Football is about opinions. But let's open up the lines then. We'll go first of all. He's a regular on the channel, but he was first in the chat. Let's get him in and have his thoughts. It's just Mr. Chris Kelly. How you doing, Chris?
I'm all right, boys. Are you all right?
How are we, Chris?
All good. Good. Talk to us, man. You are the debutant, the first ever All Leeds TV fan phoner.
Very privileged. Shall I just agree with everything you said and go?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Go on. Be nice.
I'll tell you what, right? Let's get the good bits out of the way first. We've won in London. The so-called curse is gone. We can not talk about a curse now in London for at least a couple of seasons, and if it's happening again, then it'll start again. We did deserve to win the game, in my opinion. I don't disagree there. What I do think is it looked like two newly promoted teams for large parts of the game. I thought we were as scrappy as them for large periods. Alioski was absolutely dreadful, but Ayling was just as bad in that first half. He was absolutely. It was terrible. He got found out again at a corner at a set piece. His defending was absolutely dogger, and just poor passes all over the place. He just looked off it. Did Ayling? I don't need to talk about Alioski. He was I don't know what he was playing. I think his head's somewhere else. I mean, it normally is, but I think it might be at another club potentially. It's just and Roberts. Unlucky. How's he unlucky to be offside? He's clearly offside. His head is offside. If you're looking down the line of a defenders, you should be at least a yard onside. Why push it to the point where you're being in danger of being offside? That is being a poor footballer for me. I used to play on the left-hand side. I used to be a left winger. If I'm looking down that line...
Hang on, Phil. Let him finish, Phil. Let him finish.
I thought the better players... Meslier was superb in that first half. And this is why I said at half-time, Fulham could have been out of sight if he didn't have an absolute worldie of a first half. I thought the centre... Struick was average, not bad. Llorente, I thought, was very good at times. Look, he looks a class above. Now he's settling, I think, at centre-back. I thought Paddy definitely went out with it ringing in his ears that he hadn't had that selection because he looked bang up for it tonight. I thought, great finish. Decent assist. I agree the ball didn't look great, but I'm not sure what else he could have done with it with Rafa having a defender either side. But Rafa made the goal pretty much with that first touch. KP I thought was good. I thought he pretty much ran the show in the middle of the park. Apart from that, Click looked energetic again when he came on, which is nice to see. Getting about, pressing. I just completely disagree about Tyler Roberts. Just fannying about with the ball again and trying absolute worldy balls of passes when there's a simple pass on. One touch, get it out your feet and get it gone. Right. And I've said, talking to all you people in here before, get him out on loan, balls to that. Get rid of the wage, get him sold at the end of the season and get someone else in. I'm bored of making excuses and saying, he'll have a good game eventually. His 1 in 10 will come. Do you know what? If we want to progress up the league and be a top half team, we need to cut that type of player loose. My opinion.
Who was that?
Tyler.
You want to cut him loose?
Get him gone. Sell him.
Wow, that's big. That is big. That is big, Chris. Phil, go on. You wanted to ask a question, mate.
I just wanted to ask if you thought that every player that's ever had a goal ruled out for offside this season, bearing in mind the changes to VAR this season, at fault for being offside.
No, because Paddy's was his armpit, which is a ridiculous decision on the VAR front.
Right.
Was that not his head? There's a difference between pointing somewhere and being caught offside because your arm's pointing somewhere and your head. He's looking. If your head on front of your head, Phil, are 2 eyes, he's looking that way. So he must see down that line and think, I'm in danger of being offside here. I haven't got my fingers to say.
I've been watching the game with my little boy who's 4 and my missus and my sister-in-law, and I've had the same argument with my missus tonight about, is every player that's caught offside, especially in this current climate, is that them being a bad footballer? And I've come away from the conversation just thinking there is no way of explaining this in simple maths to my missus as to how this works. Like, I don't think every player that's caught offside, especially now, is at fault. Like, realistically, a few years ago, when we all got brought up on football, it was daylight. It was, you've got to be benefit of the doubt with the striker. You used to have like decisions like Tyler Roberts is offside tonight. That wasn't offside when I was a kid. And
you're not a kid now. The rules have changed. We know what the rules are, and we know VAR.
I understand that, mate.
So he should sign the rule better. No doubt about it. He's got to sign the rule better. I
understand that.
Be on the line. Be a yard behind. He had no one around him. Just be a yard short.
But then I know you're saying fine, the whistle's gone, it doesn't count. But you've got to also look at what he does after that. It's a great ball. It's a great header. It is a great goal. We're just very unlucky that we're living in a time where if we scored that goal in the Championship last season, the whistle never went in the first place. That's a goal, mate.
But
we're
in the Premier League now. We've got VAR. We've got this. It's not going to go the other way. We've got to accept that we're going to get the VAR decisions. Is going to be.
I'm not saying like that we shouldn't accept it. I'm just saying I don't think it's fair to call out our players and say they deserve to be sold because they've been caught half an inch offside.
No,
but it's not just that. It's not just that.
He deserves to be sold because of an offside decision. I'm saying he deserves to be sold because he's a 1 in every 10 games turn up player. And if we want to progress the league, we can't be emotional. Get him gone.
But we got a point against Chelsea last week, and you thought he was great.
He was good against Chelsea, but that was his 1 in 10, 1 in every 10 games where he turns up. We can't have passengers like that. Alioski, if you want to go to Galatasaray, pack your bags, mate, and go.
Well, yeah, I disagree with you there.
You know what I mean?
I just think the Tyler bandwagon's really easy to jump on, and I don't think
he did. It's not a bandwagon, mate. It's a 1 every 10 games. He's a 1 every 10 games he turns up. He does some good stuff. He's got a nice touch, but that's not enough in the Premier League. It's enough in the Championship. But even in the Championship, we were calling out sometimes going, is Roberts going to turn up again this season and have a decent game like he did against West Brom or Preston or whatever? Most of the time, you don't see him or you just... The amount of times you guys were saying tonight, Tyler was good, but then the next minute you were going, oh, fucking hell, Tyler, easy ball.
Yeah. I do 71.4% pass accuracy tonight. Not good enough, that, I'm afraid. I like Roberts, but 71.4% pass accuracy. 1 out of every 4 passes going astray. That's not good enough for a midfielder in this team, Phil. You surely got to agree with that. He's given...
I'm not saying I disagree
the ball
with
away
that.
Too often.
No, the only thing I'm saying is I don't think it's fair to write him off and say, let's sell him based on tonight's game. I think there's been so many games this season where you could have said that and I'd back you up. But tonight, I just think we go back a few weeks, and me and Chris agreed on one of these shows that maybe he needs a year on loan in the Championship. I don't see what's changed from then to now to say let's sell him. I think that's just an overreaction, and we have won the game.
No one's denying we've won the game, and it's not an overreaction because it's just a reaction. It's my reaction, and I think we're safe now. 39 points, yeah, definitely safe. We were safe before, but no arguments. It's done.
Are we mathematically?
So great points. I just want to shout out Alfie and John were waiting in the wings. They've now disappeared. Alfie, John, I don't know. Click the link. Let's get you back on. You're coming up next. Chris, great points as always, mate. However, what I will say, I think the Roberts getting sold one's a bit harsh. I think it's not a bit. I think it's very harsh. I think for me, over the last few games, he's been involved in goal creation. He's been unlucky with some of them in terms of assisting ones that are slightly offside that aren't really his fault. He's had the ball in the back of the net for little inches here and there, and I think he's done all right, mate.
It's all right isn't good enough.
So where do you put his level at?
He's a decent Championship player for me.
Yeah.
Do you know what? If we could send him out on loan with 100% wages paid for a season, so one of the bigger Championship clubs says we'll take him for a year, we'll pay all his wages. Nice one, Rusty. Yeah, cheers, mate. We'll pay all his wages. Then fair enough, because it's not costing the club anything. And see what he does for a year. I'm just thinking, if we want to progress as a football club, if we wanted to pay the wages of someone like Rodrigo de Paul, then we can't be carrying passengers. And it's not just Tyler. There are other players as well. Yeah. And it's not. I'll be very thankful to Tyler and Costa and Alioski and everyone else that played a part in getting us promoted. But to progress as a club, we have got to up the quality. We don't want to be pulling a Sheffield United next season. We won't. I'm not saying that. Let's get that clear now before the pain starts. We won't. We're a better run football club. We will recruit better. But we can't be that style of football club that goes, oh, we're going to keep everyone on. You know, they brought us here. That's great. Thank you very much. We also paid your wages while you brought us here. It's a business. I'll always be thankful to all those players for getting the club back to where we've always wanted it to be. But a time comes where you've got to go, if we want to progress and be the next top 10 team pushing top 6, then we need to cut loose and get some new blood in, better quality.
Fair points made. Chris, we'll let you dive out now, mate, while we wait for the next on member. We've got there's a lot of love in the comments and also a lot of different, I'll let you jump out anyway, Chris. See you in a bit. Thank you as always, my brother.
Cheers.
Peace.
Cheers, man. Cheers, man.
A lot of love in the comments for Chris Kelly's comments, and then there's a lot of people that don't agree, but that's football, right? Everyone's entitled to their opinion. I personally felt it was a little bit harsh on Roberts, but he made some valid points about Ayling. I think if we do look at Alioski, guys, and his performance, it is easy to say how poor he was. But you have to agree with Chris in the fact that the Ayling was really bad as well, right?
Yeah. Worst game of the season for Ayling for me. I thought it was shocking. I mean, the goal alone is shocking from Ayling. I mean, the problem is the corner has gone along the ground. He shouldn't be getting there in the first place. He needs to be getting in front of his man there. It's not like he's being beaten to the header by a taller player. He's just being beat. Anderson's been that bit sharper. He's got in front, hits it on the volley. Good finish. I'm not going to take that away from Anderson. It's a good finish, but you shouldn't be conceding goals like that for me. Yeah. Along the ground from a corner, not particularly well taken corner, probably the worst corner we took of the lot, and it's gone in the back of the net. But that's happened a lot with Ayling, to be fair. And I love Luke Ayling. Luke Ayling, for me, is the best right back. I would arguably say the best right back I've seen play for this football club. I mean, obviously, it's Ayling, best fullbacks I've seen play for this football club. But it's been a weakness last couple of games, in terms of getting caught on corners. And it's just something, it's a little thing. It's a little thing. In open play, I thought he was okay defensively, but did give the ball away in some bad areas. And I just think, he's just maybe just having a bit of a bad spell, I think, Luke Ayling, that's all. No way I'd drop him or anything like that, because we know how good Luke Ayling is. He's one of the best players at this club by an absolute mile. I just think I back him. I back him to come through this. And let's be honest, who else is going to play at right back? So I think with Alioski,
be fine.
Really? I mean, I love Shax, but I see Shax as a midfielder, to be honest. I don't see him as a... I know you could say he can play right back. I know you can say Berardi, etc. can play right back, but Aylin's number one, is numero uno in that kind of regard. And with Alioski, a lot of it... I think with Aylin, it was just general mistakes, but with Alioski, it was just decision-making as well. Like when he tried to volley the ball back to Meslier, I was thinking... What are you? It started off. That whole decision to volley the ball back to Meslier gave Fulham probably the best spell of the game because they got a bit of momentum from that. They were able to push a bit higher up the pitch. But look, I will look at the positives here. I thought that was a good, accomplished, professional. We look like a team in terms of the chances we created with half an hour to go. Like it's been in this Premier League for a long time in terms of the quality of chances. Yeah, we've missed 2 open goals tonight. Let's not forget that we've missed 2 open goals. Harrison's missed one, Strauch's missed one. We could have won this 4-1, 5-1, to be honest, on another day, a bit more clinical. It wasn't that different to some of the games we have.
You could also say, though, just to play devil's advocate, like Chris made the point, is that if Melier not an amazing goalkeeper and doesn't have a worldie, they could have had 3 or 4.
Yeah, definitely.
3 or 4, though? I mean, I know what you're saying.
3, though. He's made a save from Madja. He's made the one where he comes out and meets it at, I think it might have been Luckman's feet. He's made the save from Anguissa. That's Kiko. They're in the back of the net, bro. So that's 3. No, it's true, though, isn't it?
No, not saying.
So, Fulham fans could be saying the same thing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. But I still think we've had more. I still think we've had more dominance of the game overall in terms of time.
Yeah.
And I think ultimately, any game this season that we've won, we have needed a Meslier save at some point. I think any team at this level, I don't think we're ever going to dominate a game from minute 1 to 90 unless you're playing a particularly poor team, which I don't think there is any particularly poor other than West Brom. West Brom are terrible. That's probably the only game where we have been in control for 90 minutes. But I just think you're going to have spells in every single game. And I think we've done really well tonight. We've had players missing. Bamford's not been fully fit. He's got himself a goal. Assist as well. And there's no argument about it. I mean, it just makes Bamford's dropping, non-selection for the England squad even more light. So it's just, it's frustrating.
Yeah, it is. Alfie Waitman and John, we're still waiting for you guys. I know you were in the chat previously. I don't know if you've had an issue with the connection or you've jumped back out, but please join back up with the stream. You've got the link, guys. We'll hang about for you guys to join. Don level members, remember, if you go to the YouTube community page, the link will be on there. Join the stream. We had Alfie, we had John. I don't know if they've had technical difficulties, but we've lost them from the stream. If that is the case, as I say, please, head over, get that link and come back with us. There's over 900 and odd people watching, 973. I'll just put my teeth in. Please smash a like in the stream. Let's see if we can get over 1,000 on this one. But where does this give us? Obviously, we're now in the international break, but we needed to get back on the winning run, right, Phil? Because obviously we come back, we've got Sheffield United. You've got fanciers in that one. Sheffield United are in disarray, with what's going on. The players probably don't want Heck in charge. They still want Chris. You've got fanciers for that. And then we've got some massive games coming up in April.
Like you said last night, though, realistically, if Paul Heckingbottom is going to win one Premier League game, it's going to be against us. And
no, it's not. It ruins the whole season if that happens. The whole season's just ruined if that happens.
Write it off. If we lose with a Marcelo Bielsa side to a Paul Heckingbottom side, football, just bid it all. There's no point anymore.
I pretty much agree with that.
Mate, I think realistically, in a few weeks' time, whenever we do eventually get back to playing, because I'm not going to lie, I'll begrudgingly watch the internationals, but it doesn't do anything for me, not the same as this. When it comes to the Sheffield United game, if we're not sat here saying that we've taken 6 points from Fulham and Sheffield United, I will be very surprised, because they are garbage. I thought there was a quality difference between Leeds and Fulham tonight in terms of just general man for man, apart from maybe Alioski. But I think when it comes to Sheffield United, people can talk about Sander Berger and us going for him in the summer. Not a patch on Calvin. I'd struggle to think, like we were joking last night with your 6 Fulham players, and how many are you going to give Sheffield United? Because I can't see anyone getting in there. Like, maybe last season, if they had Dean Henderson, they could say on last season's form, Dean Henderson versus Kiko. Yeah, win all day. There's nothing you can say this season, man for man, with them and us. We should be smashing them, mate.
Yeah, no, I agree. It makes it boring though if I just stick 11 Leeds players in it. So probably seven Sheffield United, 4 Leeds.
Oh, dear me, not this again. This again.
I'm joking, man. I'm joking. Guys, come on. Those members, them Don level members, you were here. You're now not here. I don't know what's happened. You know, Chris came in. I don't know if Chris has said everything he needed to say, and then you've gone, you agree with Chris and just bailed out. But please jump back on. We're excited for the fans phoning, and Oscar's put his suit on and that, and then you have bailed. So
are you wearing a suit, Oscar? That's cute.
Have you just realised, Phil?
Oh, mate, I must admit I wasn't looking at your dress sense, but that's real cute. Well done.
Thank you, mate. Thank you. I just thought I'd wear I'd change the clothing style a bit. We've got a win in London, so everyone can moan at me all you want, but we've won. So there we go.
It's a massive win, isn't it? It's a massive win.
Psychologically, I think to get a win like that, in terms of the run we were on, in terms of last couple of games not being able to score, I think it's massive. Going to the international break, there's no games now for 2 weeks. Sorry, I sound like Michael Owen then. There's no going to 2 weeks. You know what I mean? But it's a boost. We've actually going into an international break on the back of a win. When's the last time we've done that? Ages since we've done that. It's normally like we always get beat before it. So to go into it on the back of a win is absolutely superb, to be fair. Yeah, no, definitely.
I'm just posting out the link again to the members just so we can get them in the chat.
So, Don members, come on, the Dons, come on.
I'm wondering if maybe they were waiting too long, possibly, and it's kicked them off. I don't know. I hope that's the case. And they've not just said, you know what, I can't be asked. Oscar and that, I've been buzzing for this all day. Don't let us down, guys.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited were you to see Robin Koch coming on?
It was interesting. I mean, just to help on the set pieces, that was all it was. I mean, I think he's got a big battle now to get into the team. No doubt about it. I still think he's the best centre-back we've got, but he's got a big battle. He's got a big battle to get into the team. Llorente, Strauch, absolutely superb again. I think Llorente particularly was good tonight. Yeah. Last few games, I think he's massively shown that form. That's got him called into the Spanish squad. Absolutely top class from him. There's this theory that I don't like Diego Llorente. I do like Diego Llorente. He's been fine. He's been absolutely fine for us since he's come in. Listen, there was complaints about us spending 18 million on him. I've never once said anything about the fee. I think it's a good signing. He's shown that experience, and I think Strauch learned a lot from him. I think it's just the best of both worlds. I think both our centre-backs, it was a good job they turned that up tonight because the full-backs weren't great tonight. So it's just good to see, in terms of, and we said before, Meslier, Strauch, Llorente, Phillips, when you got that 4, that diamond, as you say, there you go, Phil, there you go. When that's solid, you got the platform to get any result. And we did it against Chelsea, and today we did it again. And got another big result. And Sheffield United, let's see. But for me, looking ahead, I don't think you can make much case for changing that centre-back pairing for now. I think it's as solid as you want. No reason to change it. We're looking fine in that kind of regard. Maybe in a couple of weeks, Robin Koch comes back in. Coops might be back in contention. But for now, you've just got to stick with what's working. But we've got someone joining, and it is the one and only
There he is.
Before I say who it is.
Yeah. Paul,
yes, Michael.
Paul G, welcome to the Bielsa level. Alfie. Oh
no, Michael, no.
Wait, the members are joining and then dropping out. I don't know if the pressure's getting. Maybe it's the pressure. Maybe it's the pressure of Oscar's face, and they're idle. They're idling Oscar, and they're like, I can't deal with it. I don't know what it is.
But I think I'm going to take the suit off. It's going to help things.
Yeah, Gail Atkinson. Dale Atkinson, I've seen you can't do the chat tonight because you are at work. Alfie's had to go due to parental. We had John. I don't know where John's gone. And we had the legend that is Michael 20. Everyone knows Michael 20. He was there and he's gone. I don't know what's happening. Do you reckon there's a technical glitch?
No, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Come on, Michael. Come on, Michael 20. Come on, Michael 20. Let me ask you a question, Phil.
Go on.
Okay? Go on. Let me ask you a question. Okay? We've done the transfer talk. Okay?
Yeah.
What area of the team do you think works the best at this moment in time? Is the strongest part of the team? In terms of not necessarily one player, but the one area of our team that makes you the happiest going into that the next transfer window. The one area that we don't need to strengthen as much for you.
I'm not 1,000,000% sure you guys will agree with me, but I hope you will. Goalkeeper. Not backup goalkeeper.
Okay.
We need a backup goalkeeper and we need to get rid of Kiko. But Ilan Meslier for me, I've written in my notes 3 times tonight, Ilan Neuer. I call him Ilan Neuer when I'm watching the game. I mean, Bamford, you could talk about Bamford. I'm very happy with my striker. Centre-backs, we're fine. I think we don't need to buy another centre-back on either side for a few years. But I think we have one of the most exciting young goalkeepers in Europe. And I'm very, very happy with him. And £5 million is a bargain.
Crazy, mate, crazy. Dom members are dropping out to think Oscar's going to interview them. Maybe they are doing that. They come in, see you in the middle and go, oh, shit, I've gone into the wrong Zoom call here.
Oh, it's not my fault. Stop blaming me for this.
Welcome to Paul G, Wasim Ibrahim, and Leeds United John, who have all joined up as Bielsa members. Thank you very much. For those that want to get involved on the fan phone, and remember, it's the Don level members. We've had Chris Kelly, the one and only, come and join us. He said some crazy things, but listen, he stands by his opinion, and that's why we love Chris. And and a lot of the time, he's bang on the money, to be fair to him. But again, football is a game of opinions. Alfie can't join us. One of the lads, Dale's at work. John, I don't know where John's gone. John, where are you? I'm sure you're still watching. John. You were there. He went. And of course, Michael HD20 joined us. And now he's gone. So I don't know what it is. Please let me know on the comments to the community tab on YouTube if there's an issue. But yeah, please come and join us. We want you to come and join us on the stream. I'm just checking some of the comments now. Michael says he can't hear us on his phone, which is a nightmare.
Unmute it.
Hello, Jason Walker.
Yeah, we've got Jason, who is a Sergeant Will Call level member. We're just hoping here. We're like, hopefully it's a Don level who will just come and jump in.
Don't say it, Joe. Don't say it. We're playing this out. I mean, can I just say now? You know, like we watch the American team because Joe's changed the camera angles. It looks like, you know, the American news thingies when they like have just different news people. It looks like that now, doesn't it?
Oh man, come on, Don level members, where are you at?
The camera angles on this are freaking me out here. It's too close.
Yeah, bang it on player ratings. Let's do it.
Yeah.
No, not yet.
We're waiting, are we? Right, Oscar, you chat away, mate. You chat away. I'm going to set this player rating stream up to go live at, what time are we on now? 11?
10 to.
We'll go 11. We'll set it up for 11.
We're not giving up that easily, are we?
We've got no Don level members. We've got no Don level members.
Michael 20 will be here.
We have not stopped super chats, mate. If you want to super chat, you can do that. I'll never stop. You know, that's still there. Yeah, do you know what? Let's do this.
Michael 20 won't let us down.
Do you know what? Let's do this for tonight. For tonight and tonight only. We're going to open it up to the lower tier members, all right? What we're going to do, we're going to put it in the Bielsa level, right? Okay, so if you are a Bielsa level member right now and you want to come and join us for this night and this night only, like I don't want the Don members going, well, hang on a minute. I don't know if I've made the right call there. I don't know.
Oh, no, he's done it already. He's done it already. No.
I've made a crazy call. I've made a crazy call, but we want this to work. Let's go. I'm going to pop this. Oh, hang on. Grimps soft your life. Let's have a check. Is he coming in at the Don level? Is he coming in at the Don level? It's the Sergeant Wilco level. We're really grateful, though. We are really grateful.
Maybe not do it like that, though. Maybe not do it like that.
Oh, really? I'm sorry.
I came across
to take over. I'm getting us in trouble here.
I came across only a little bit.
So how do we feel about Rafinha, guys?
Yeah.
He's the greatest footballer ever.
Oh, yeah, Sam. Not Messi,
Pretty simple. Pretty simple.
I think we've missed the super chat as well, so I'm really sorry. Let me see if I can find that super chat while you chat away about how good Rafinha is.
I mean, Phil.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the goal, man. I mean, I think I'm kind of between Joe and Chris in terms of the Bamford assist. I didn't think it was a great pass, but I think maybe give a little bit of credit to Bamford in terms of the skill and the build-up to it. But Rafinha makes the goal, doesn't he? Left foot, weak foot, two defenders closing him down, goalkeeper rushing out, taps it into that back of the net. Nice and easy. What's a baller?
I don't know if I'm on a different hype train to you, but I'm just on the FUCK Gareth Southgate hype train tonight. So I'm just definitely. Like, goal and an assist for Bamford. What else do we need to talk about?
Could Watkins do that? Could Watkins do that?
Could he pass to Rafinha and let Rafinha go and smash one in? No, of course he couldn't.
No, he couldn't.
He couldn't do that. No, I do think there was more to it than just nothing. I think he had a choice of to go left or right. I think left was it Tyler, so he went right, and we got a goal. But no, I thought Rafinha first half. I thought he was kept relatively quiet, to be honest. I would have liked to have seen him involved in the game a lot more. And I think if he would have been involved in the game a lot more, we probably would have had 3 or 4 rather than just 2-1. But I do think they did a bit of a job on it in the first half. And to be honest, I think I saw Chris Kelly put in the comments a long time ago, I think before he even came on, where he actually said like a 7 with the goal, but without the goal, a 6. And I'd be inclined to agree with him, to be honest. I thought without the goal to his name, I don't think he was fantastic tonight. I think, he put a shift in. He did the running that was needed, and he took the kicks where they were needed. But I do honestly think that Rafinha, without the goal tonight, maybe we're having a different conversation. I think we could have done with the same performance that we saw from him against West Brom. And I don't think we got quite that level from him tonight.
But he still produces. That's the thing about Rafinha. That's the thing about any player at that kind of level. Even when they're on a bad... He was shocking first half for me, Rafinha. I'd actually say that. He was a pretty terrible first half. I can't remember Rafinha touching the ball. He kept drifting inside. He was never out wide, receiving on the touchline. He was kind of trying to receive inside all the time. And I just thought Rafinha was completely anonymous in that first half. And then... Yeah. Look at the chances he created as well. The one that ball into Strauch that Strauch misses, and in terms of 3 yards out, and then the one into Harrison. I think Rafinha, he just produced in the second half. I thought it was a game of 2 halves, and ultimately that contribution in the second half, it wins us the game, not just because of the goal. It just got us up the pitch and allowed us to sustain attacks and dominate a bit more. I know what you're saying, Phil. I know what you're saying, but that's just a sign even more from Rafinha that that's how good a player he is. I don't think any other player could play that poorly in the first half and then come alive like they did in the second half. Almost like a flick of a switch kind of thing. I mean, I don't know. Would you agree with that?
I do agree with this comment from Mottl UFC 1919 that says he looks like Joaquin Phoenix, basically the Joker. I have a tattoo of the Joker on my arm.
Jake Quickenden, that's what he looks like. Jake Quickenden.
So, yeah, I've got Phil basically tattooed on my arm. Great shout.
Don't
great
we
shout.
all, mate? Don't we all?
Yeah. Don level members, honestly, this isn't like, here we go. Here we go. All the way from the Bronx, New York City. We've had him on before. He's jumping on. Let's hear from John. John, give me your thoughts on the game.
Hey, what's good? Watching all together, gents.
Yes.
I just want to say, first off, agree with Phil completely. Meslier is out of this world. We're so blessed to have him. I hope we can get him like 4 or 5 years before he moves on. The new Rafinha song is brilliant. We had 14 people at Legends Bar in New York City belting the Rafinha song. Everybody else turning at us like, who the fuck are these weirdos yelling and singing? But you know who it is. It's fucking Leeds, Yorkshire Republican Army. It's good. And yeah, I agree. We're class above Fulham. I do hope they stay up though. They play good football. I think Scott Parker's done a great job, and I hope Newcastle go down instead of them.
Nice one, nice. Who's your man in the
That's all I
match,
got.
John?
It's mad loud here, so I'm gonna log off and listen to your response. Peace.
No worries, no worries. Thank
No
you
worries,
very much
man.
for
No
coming
worries,
on,
man.
John. Legend, man. Stay
Mate,
safe. John is
I wanted him
there
to
we
turn
go.
that camera around. I want to see what New York's saying at this time.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. We've had John on before. He's a great supporter of the channel. What a guy. Bielsa members, if you're a Bielsa member, you want to jump in just like John has there, check your members feed, check the Don Level members feed. If you want to get here and join us on the chat, as I say, we will bring it to an end soon enough. And what we might do is just keep that and put that out for the player ratings. So get Chris back on, give us some thoughts on some of the other players. So we'll do that as well. We understand it's the debut show. It's taking a bit of getting used to, etc. But really nice to see John come in, and of course Chris as well. So great stuff. I'm gonna hand you over to Oscar. Just let him think while I start setting up the stream. I think if we say, what should we say? About 10 minutes.
I was just thinking, have we got the polls on the members page?
I don't know. You're asking us here. I don't think we have.
Let's have a look. It's all right. Okay, it's okay. Well,
is it Tash's night off by any chance?
I know. I need to message her. I was like, have you set the polls up? This is this is bad. You see behind the scenes.
Anyway, Phil, there's nothing going on. There's nothing going on. We're all cool here. We're all cool. Where do you stand? Okay. Do you still stand in the same? I mean, what you're saying is our best centre-back pairing. Are you still saying what you were saying before?
That is when I know you're scraping the barrel, when you're just bringing out the centre-back pairing.
They were great tonight. We've got great centre-backs.
They weren't
internationals.
Great. They weren't great. I wouldn't go that far.
Llorente was superb tonight.
Yeah, Llorente was better than Strike for me. Strike was. I don't know. I think they were both put in difficult positions by their respective fullback at numerous points. And the only thing I'm going to dig Llorente out for, and the only thing I think he had a good game otherwise, was at corners. Every time, I don't know how we didn't give away a penalty, because he's ripping Joachim Andersen's shirt off every time, mate. And I noticed that after Ayling let him go for the first goal, they swapped it round and they put Llorente on Andersen. And then every time in the second half, like you saw Andersen going over to the ref and saying, look, he's grabbing my shirt every time. I was watching it every time. He was
Never.
No, he loves his cock.
Never.
He's never going off it. He can't get enough of it.
I think he's a really good player. I don't know why people freak out at me about that. I think he's a really good player, Cock. But we've got really good centre backs. I'm just buzzing.
It's just obvious. I'm only going on the last few weeks, and the amount of love I feel from you when you talk about Cock compared to when you talk about Llorente.
Context here. I've just said Llorente was superb tonight. I can't win either way. But look,
in the 2 minutes Cock was on the pitch, who was better, Cock or Llorente?
Llorente. But he was. He played 2 minutes, man. You can't ask me that.
He won at least one header, though.
Well, he wasn't even playing centre-back. He was playing CDM alongside
Phillips. I don't even know where he was playing.
It was just on the set pieces, wasn't it? I think that was the only reason he came on, just to try and command those. And he won the header at the end. So
I saw him in centre mid when he first came on. I don't know who went up front. I don't know who went where. It just
Roberts went up front by the looks of things. But
Roberts came off for Cock, though. So who was up front? Was it Jackie? Because
that's true. But it was only like 2 minutes, though. It was just a crazy 2 minutes. Chill, mate. Chill. It was all under control. Mate. You know it.
We won the game. We said last night it wasn't going to be simple. We said it was going to be a bit more of a slog than it was the first time. I think we deserved to win. Scott Parker apparently after the game has said we deserved to win. I mean, Dallas really could have made it 3-1. That was probably our best chance to finish the game off. But I do think
Harrison's, though, that open goal, I know he was on his weaker foot, but I think he should score that, to be honest, 3 yards out.
Yeah, I think on another night we could have had 4, 5, 6. But overall, maybe I need to Google the XG between now and the player rating show before I get myself into any trouble. But I think XG would probably have us a good 0.5 to a full 1 ahead of them. I'd be
don't
shocked.
need to talk about that shy after a win, man.
We just we won the game. We've won in London. We're on 39 points already in the middle of March.
That'll take so much pressure off as well, like
exactly.
Back end of last season, once we knew that we were promoted, and then obviously we knew we were champions, those last 2 games were fantastic to watch. And don't get me wrong, we can sit here and say that Derby now are shite. But, at the time, Derby weren't a bad team. We went there and absolutely hammered them with the dregs of our squad that were still sober and some hungover players. And we smashed them. And then the game after that, Charlton as well, we played out of our skins. And I think now that we have got to be honest, I think before tonight the pressure might have been off. But surely after tonight, the pressure's off the players. And we've got to go into our next, like Joe said, April, that month of games where everybody's been looking at it and shuddering. Let's not shudder. Let's go into that feeling like we're not going down. And, I don't want to push the boat out too far. And I know everybody talks about me being this negative person, but Champions League draw and the Europa League draws were made today. And I have a sneaky suspicion that there could be at least one All-English final. Hypothetically, if an All-English final takes place in both competitions, eighth that gets us into the Europa League this year?
Oh, I love this. I love where this is going. This
absolutely
is
love this.
Mate,
come on.
I don't want us to get into the Europa League this year. I think it would be a bad...
this is such a... You just built it up. You built it up and then... Boom.
No, I think it would be bad for us. Next season, we could do without that distraction. I honestly think that.
No, now. Live in the now. Don't worry about the future. Bielsa's not going to be here forever. Live in the now, Phil. Live in the now. I've got to disagree with this.
But there is a chance if we are to lose that pressure and play like we did against Derby and like we did against Charlton at the back end of last season, and we take on Liverpool, Man United, Man City, and we go and get these results. I would love to see us sat here at the end of April coming out with, 6 to 12 points and talking about, can we sneak in there? And who knows? Maybe.
Let's do it. Let's tune up that band again. Let's start tuning up that band. Guys, I've set up the player rating stream for 10 past 11, okay? 10 past 11. I'm going to post out the link as well back on the members feed if anyone wants to come on and give us some individual, ratings on certain players. Oscar's going to put out the poll as well if he can, if he's got time.
It's fine. It's fine. Get it out. I'm not getting rowdy. I'm annoyed that Phil doesn't want Europe. Come on, man. We need it.
Somebody's just put in the chat, next season they would prefer a good cup run to a place in the Europa League, and I do agree with them. I'd love to see us, if you would say to me next season, we play Europa League football, for example, and we get knocked out in the group stages or the knockout phase, or we go, and I know it's incredibly unlikely, but we go and we win an FA Cup, or we go and we win a Carling Cup, or we get to the final at the very least, or a semi-final. I'd rather a good cup run than...
Yeah, but if you win the cup, you go into Europe anyway.
Exactly. I think at the back end of next season, if we're talking about getting into Europe, I'm all for it. I want to chase that down. But I think the first season in the Premier League, you consolidate. And the second season, you aim not to do what Sheffield United have done. And you consolidate again. If we finish 12th this season, next season, I want to finish 11th or 10th. I don't want to drop down. I don't want to finish 13th, even by a point. If we finish 10th, 9th, whatever, I want to keep progressing. I don't want to go back.
Good point. All good points, mate. Right, guys. Thank you, everyone who's tuned in. We've done an hour. We'll be back with you on the live player ratings. Please, Don level members, Bielsa level members, come and join us, yeah? This is a one chance only for you, Bielsa member level, yeah? For you to join us. There's a load of yous out there. There's a load of Don members. John, wherever you are, please come on. Alfie, if you can join us back on. please come on. We'll ask you for, when you're ready to come on. We'll ask you about a specific player, give us a rating. And we'll see you in a bit.
0.5s.
No 0.5s.
No 0.5s. Check out the poll as well, guys. Check out the poll. It's coming at you. It's coming at you now.
That's going to be for all members. All members that can vote on the poll, guys. So Sergeant Wilco, Don, Bielsa, you can all vote on that poll. Thank you very much for tuning in. Great win, and we'll see you in 5-6 minutes. Peace.